A masked boy called the Curious, who has a collection of strange stories, wants to tell a story about getting lost. A family plans to stay at a hotel in Australia. Because it rains now, the father asks the receptionist girl, "Why does it rain in Australia? It's supposed to be summer." She answers that the climate is tropical, but summer is the rainy season, so if they want sun, it comes in winter. This makes the father confused, but they check in and enter the hotel. At that moment, the older sister, Nita, sees a boy her age smiling at her, and she feels shy. Meanwhile, the younger siblings, Max and Jet, take some snacks, and Jet complains that the air here smells like sticky breath. When someone enters the elevator, Max follows and plays by pressing many buttons. However, the technician catches her and says that bad things already happen to kids who play with all the buttons. He also says, "Queen Can will come to you," which makes Max a little scared. When the family wants to use the elevator, Nita exchanges numbers with the boy again, planning to meet at the hotel swimming pool. Arriving at their room, Max and Nita argue over a room because Nita wants to change into a swimsuit, which scratches Max's favorite black shoes. Max finally gives in to his sister. After changing, their mother tells Nita to bring her siblings to the pool, so Nita reluctantly agrees. In the hallway, Jet wears VR glasses and accidentally drops a painting. When he returns it, he hangs it upside down, but doesn't care and continues into the elevator. Max plays with the buttons again, and suddenly, the elevator shakes.
That's not supposed to happen!
After a short time, the shaking stops. They don't know if they went up or down, so Nita wants to press the buttons again, but strangely, it doesn't work. They decide to find the emergency stairs. In the hallway, Jet feels the floor is cold, thinking it is like a planet humans cannot survive on. They continue searching but cannot find it, and there are no signs, so they return to the elevator. However, the elevator they use disappears. Jet finds her fallen snack in front of the elevator. They feel strange, and all the rooms have no numbers, no toilet, and no signal. Max suggests borrowing someone else's room phone, but when she knocks, the door is unlocked. It turns out it is another hallway. All the doors are the same. Nita tries entering one hallway and opens a door, but it still leads to the same hallway. They start to panic when they hear a sound in the distance, like a monster.
What was that?
That's not a hotel sound.
Which Nita thinks means they are no longer in the hotel. Max becomes more scared, remembering the technician's warning that Quinkin will come to you. Nita tries to calm him, but soon they see the monster's feet behind a door, and they run away. Max runs ahead of his siblings, getting separated and lost.
Nita!
After a while, they hear an elevator bell in a hallway and follow it, eventually finding the elevator. Nita suggests finding Max first, but Jet thinks it's better to return to their parents for help. The elevator works, but shakes again like before. Jet notices the walls are now gray instead of the previous color, but confusion ends when they see other people. Soon, confusion returns as they enter their room, which is now occupied by strangers. A stranger says they have been here for a week. They go to the receptionist to ask about their parents' room, but she says no names match the hotel records. Meanwhile, Max gets completely lost and hears strange sounds. She falls in fear, but hears someone running toward her. Back to Nita and Jet, they browse the internet for their mother's info and call her office. She answers, but says she has no children, revealing she is with someone else. Nita is shocked. The technician comes and asks about pressing elevator buttons. After learning they played with the buttons, he reveals they found a place called the Many Place. He explains it leads to different realities, alternate universes, and a multiverse. That's why they pass through hotel hallways with correct painting positions, unlike the upside-down one Jet placed, and why the receptionist, who usually ties her hair, now has untied hair. Now, they're in the multiverse, where in this reality, they haven't been born. Nita asks how they returned to their original universe. The technician says they must retrace every step through all the correct doors and find the elevator they used before. After Nita leaves him, Jet is amazed to see cars flying in this universe. The technician reveals he is a cleaning staff, not a technician. He forgets to tell them that the Many Place was once used by ancient people as a prison for unimaginable things and a home for terrifying creatures. The only natural food is missing people. They return to the multiverse gates, searching for Max through different universes, from war-torn worlds to post-apocalyptic ones.
Got to be kidding me.
Eventually, Nita becomes tired and complains that there may be a billion elevators leading to a billion universes, but only one leads to their original universe. Her siblings encourage her, so Nita continues searching, even if it takes her whole life. After taking some items to help find Max, especially a loudspeaker, they return to the multiverse gates. Jet shouts for Max, and when there is no response, they mark X signs and arrows to guide Max. After some time, they hear Max's voice from a nearby hallway. He tells them not to come closer and asks them to promise to follow his words and keep their eyes closed no matter what. Max approaches them with the monster. He explains that the monster is the Quincan and will eat their eyes if they look. He also says he found them not by coincidence, but because the Quincan guided him. The monster will still eat eyes if they disobey, as it is its natural instinct. After Nita holds the monster's hand, the monster leads them to the correct elevator, where the elevator plays the same music as the one in their universe. After pressing the button and the doors close, Nita opens her eyes too quickly and sees the monster's face. Luckily, the elevator doors close first, and they return to their original universe. Upon arrival, they notice the upside-down painting that Jet had placed, and they realize this is indeed their universe. Nita asks how Max knew they had to close their eyes to the monster. Max answers that the blind technician had once told her when they first entered the hotel that she must close her eyes if they encounter the monster. This surprises Nita and Jet, since the technician is not blind, but Jet thinks maybe the technician is from the multiverse and learned from past mistakes. Nita becomes suspicious of Max wearing red shoes, which should have been black. Max explains they were already damaged when they went to their grandmother's house in the village. Nita counters that their grandmother had passed away before they went there. Max insists their grandmother is still alive before going into the room. This shocks Nita and Jet because Max is also inside. The original Max explains the multiverse version to their parents, as the multiverse Max had helped her close her eyes to the monster. Now, there are two Maxes. The original Max, wanting a sibling again, asks their father, "Can we adopt my multiverse version?" And finally, everyone falls silent, unable to answer. Back to the curious, he asks, "Are you the only reality? The only original version in your life?" Creeped Out, the Mini Place movie ends with him warning that the mini place exists everywhere in the world. And finally, he adds to be careful when playing with elevator buttons in hotels, because bad things can happen to anyone who presses them. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notification so you don't miss the latest recaps.